Welcome back to Yellow Hammer. We're here with the car and we're gonna do the beginning mod with it. Kind of looking forward to it. I wanted to do it with my video too, but you know, everything kind of never really made it that far. If you haven't looked at that video, it'll be up here in the top right corner. But got the car here and got a little bit here from a company that I bought from before. You can't make it out yet. We do have a tow hook for the car. No drilling required at all. And I ordered one in primer gray. And I found paint that kind of went along with the gray of the car. And overall, it turned out pretty good. It probably won't pick up on camera. But, yeah, very not far off from it at all. And I'm going to currently take the time, due to the fact of how I painted toe on it with the kind of old lettering, and I did it like that with a little thing that I printed. But now that I told you about that, I'm going to take the time and plug my new, that about went bad. I'm going to take the time and plug my new kind of media, and it'll be for anything 3D printed. I'm working on a lot right now. I've got a lot in the think tank up there. Think tank, there we go. But I've got them right here and they're meant to be funny, and I'm gonna keep all the 3D printing video and all of that on here on Yellow Hammer. I don't think I'll make another YouTube, not right now anyway. But now we're going to get into putting on that tow hook. Alright, now that we're ready to roll with putting the tow hook on, like any other thing I do for any car I've worked on, I have to get the car up in the air, and we're going to be taking off that lower belly pan, kind of for the front, right underneath the bumper. I believe I can get to everything I need to from there, but if not, we are going to be taking the whole front bumper off. And I'm not really looking forward to that. But we're gonna go ahead and try, and if it don't work, then I'll bring you back to taking the whole entire front bumper off. Fortunately, I know we kind of went from, I'm gonna take the lower belly pan off, I'll be able to get to it. That did not work out at all. Here we are with the bumper off. I did find a write-up that I'll have linked down below for you to look at from Ford. Really can't get any more detail than that. Made it, I think I only had maybe an hour into getting the bumper off. The main thing being the fender liner. They have like 50 of them in either fender liner. You don't have to take the entire fender liner out. I opted to take off about half to have it hanging down about where I do right now, but very big pain. Taking the bumper off, not very hard. I think you've got about 8, give or take, bolts to take off on the lower belly pan from about the oil pan back, and then after that you can pull the bumper off the little, that ain't good, kind of broke that one. Okay, I'll put glue on that. But got the bumper off now, and we're going to work on taking, okay, yeah, they're on the back, but I'm going to work on taking the bolt, the nut off right there and right there. And before that, we need to move that clip out of the way, grab a flat blade. Okay, got that off there now, and move that back temporarily. $13 maybe. And the two that you have right here that we're going to be taking off the nut anyway will be a 13mm. Yep. Alright, now that you've got them taken out of the way, you're going to take your 13 again and back out the bolt for right here and down below far enough that way you can get that bracket in behind. Now with your pry bar, you're going to take your bracket here, and you want the diagonal end going toward the middle of your radiator. And I'm going to try to hopefully pry that back far enough to get my bracket up on here. Hope. Okay, that probably wouldn't have been that hard to 2 people, but I'm going to make do with that. And now we're going to continue on. You got your mount on. I'm going to go ahead. I've not put anything back on. I've not put the nut back on the back of it yet. We're going to probably have to move it up or down a little bit. But I went ahead and put our little kind of probe that will go right near the lower part of the grill. And what you're going to do now, you want to mock up where you have to line it up to. For that, have to finagle the bumper again here, hopefully. Take my flat plate here, hopefully I can kind of maneuver that around. Now that you've got your mount lined up to where you need to be, we're going to go ahead and put the nut back on the radiator bar here. And quick update now after getting the bracket tightened down, mounted, all that. Got air fully mounted on here. I could probably wiggle that hard enough and make the car fall to the ground, but very, very well made. I'm happy with that. Got that tightened up real good. I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about that come flying out or anything. Tightened up very well. The only thing I've got left to do now will be the pan, but I'm gonna delay that until I kind of take care of the bumper and get the tow hook put on here. Got it worked up. You want to leave a little bit of room, enough to let the tow hook clear. I have PPF down here. It don't really matter a whole lot for me, but you probably do want to have enough room for it. And either way, after you get it where you want it, I'm going to take that nut, bottom it out, and tighten her up like that. Now it can't turn. Got it dirty, but hey, what can you do? Give her another little bit of a turn here. Not going anywhere now, and it'll clear without dragging your lower part of the bumper. And now we're going to take our 10mm, tighten it down really, really good until you feel it bottom out, like that. And then flip it up. And I could have it turned wrong, but ultimately don't worry about that a whole lot. I don't think it'll really matter for what we have here. And now you're going to put your little grub right in the back of the tow hook here. Again, I am having a little bit of trouble where I've got paint on the thread, and that little grub there will keep the Allen bolt from backing out on you. I'm going to get it pretty tight. You don't have to tighten it down enough to break it or anything. And right there felt pretty good. That'll be a completed look at the tow hook. And again, I do have to get the lower belly pan back on here, but that'll be tomorrow for me, another clip for you all. Then we'll get the car off the ground after we get everything good to go, and get that cleaned up, and I'll give you a final look. Alright, got the tow hook put on, bumper all back together. Again, followed the PDF from Ford for putting the bumper back together. The only thing that I really had a problem with doing it on my own had been the rotor vent right here and over there, where you have to get them up over a kind of bracket on either end to let the bumper get moved correctly. But overall, very happy with the tow hook here. Turned out great. Definitely not going anywhere. Firm on the car. Could not be happier with the build quality of it. But yeah, I think that'll about wrap it up. Give you a look back a little bit here. But overall, very happy with that. Again, I am planning on taking the car out to the track, doing HDPE with it, and yeah, more to come. Thank y'all for coming by, and I'll talk to you in another video.